Running in cross country and track has continually provided an outlet for Katie Lingen, the winner of Board of Directors Division A for the Scholar Attitude Award, and improved her outlook on life. After her mother was diagnosed with breast cancer in the fall of 2013, she was able to find happiness in spending time with her teammates, noting, "I was very sad about it, but when I was at school and with my team, it felt as though a weight was lifted off my shoulders. I could actually laugh and have fun with my team and not think about my mom. Running greatly improved my life during that time." Combining her love for math and science and personal experiences, Katie hopes to find a cure for cancer and other harmful diseases to prevent other families from experiencing the ill effects from those sicknesses. And because of those aspirations, after Katie attends Oak Park River Forest High School, she plans to work toward attending medical school at Northwestern, Washington University, or Vanderbilt. The heavy workload of the medical school path is something Katie is not afraid of, since she has maintained a 4.0 GPA her 7th and 8th grade years. She looks forward to a heavy scholar load in the future, as academic drive and scholarly achievement are characteristics she considers very valuable. Jaron Nordstrom values a strong work ethic in and out of athletics, which has helped him earn the 2014 Scholar Attitude Award for Board of Directors Division B. The people Jaron looks up to most are his brothers and sisters because he admires their work ethic and the fact that they have had the most influence in his life. Jaron has translated the work ethic he has learned from his family into a strong academic career and an equally outstanding career as a member of the Leafs track team, where he participates in the sprint events. He is most proud of his 2013 track and field state finals experience, where his team took home second place honors just behind East St. Louis Clark in Class 2A. Jaron contributed by earning medals in each of his 4 events: the 100-meter dash, 400-meter dash, 4x100-meter relay, and 4x400-meter relay. Interscholastic activities like track and field have helped Jaron learn how to build successful friendships. He enjoys developing friendship on competitive and personal levels, where he has met dozens of new friends. Jaron plans to attend Arizona State University and study psychology because he is interested in why people think the way they do and how the brain works in those decisions. Jaron hopes to eventually help people who suffer from depression.
With Katie today are her parents, Mark Lingen and Christine Coleman, and the assistant principal at Oak Park Brooks, Mrs. Stacy Klein. Katie, you are an extraordinary student, teammate, and daughter. You mentioned in your application, as was mentioned in the video, that your family's been affected by cancer. And several of your fellow winners this year mentioned something very similar. And I did this at this awards luncheon a couple of years ago, and it really hit home just how much cancer affects our lives. So I'm going to do it again. And I would like for anyone in this room who is either a cancer survivor, going through cancer treatment, or has been affected in some way, shape, or form by cancer to raise your hand. Isn't that both kind of amazing and sad all at the same time? You see, Katie, that disease has affected so many people, and your desire to become a doctor and find a cure for cancer is admirable. And my hope, and everyone's hope in this room, is that we can find a cure. And becoming a doctor is going to require you to be very dedicated to your studies and to your profession. I know you'll achieve your goal. Don't give up, because one day we're going to thank you for all that you've done. So congratulations on your award. And with Jaron today are his grandparents, Dale and Marilyn Rhodes, and the assistant principal at Geneseo Middle School, Mr. Brian Hofer. Jaron, in your application, you indicated that you're the quarterback for your football team. And while football may be the ultimate team sport, there is no doubt that the quarterback of a football team must be the leader. As the quarterback, you are involved in every offensive play. A good quarterback has to be smart, make split-second decisions, and leads by an example. And you have all of the traits of good quarterback. You're an excellent student, You've set a goal to attend Arizona State University and study psychology, and you've built real friendships with your teammates. Probably not everyone here today knows the tradition of Geneseo High School football. I don't need to tell you that to be the quarterback of that team, you will need to work hard so that you can lead the Maple Leafs to victory. Continue to do all of your best, and I hope you enjoy your high school years. I congratulate you on all of your accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Divisions A and B, please extend your congratulations to Katie Lingen and Jaron Nordstrom. Presenting Katie and Jaron their awards will be the president of the IESA Board of Directors, Mr. Jerry Berkey. The board member from Division A is Dr. Scott Herman, who could not be with us today, so Mr. Berkey is filling in and presenting Katie's award. Go ahead, Mr. Ofer, if you want to take a picture of the two of them as well, go right ahead. And then we'll have our photographer take a picture at the end. Those parents that'd like to take a picture with the student winner and the board member, Mr. Berkey, just go ahead. Just go ahead. Now go ahead and take a picture. Yeah, let's do it this way. We'll go ahead and have the parents take pictures first, and then our photographer will take a picture all by the student self. All right. Very good. And then presenting Jaron his award once again will be Mr. Berkey, who's filling in for Mr. Joe Burrish, who's the superintendent at Anawan, who could not be with us today as well.
Connor Reed has used direct and indirect motivation from his family to achieve high honors in athletics and in the classroom, helping him acquire the 2014 Board of Directors Division C Scholar Attitude Award title. Connor's grandmother passed away right before his 7th grade track season, but instead of dwelling on the loss, he decided to dedicate his season to her. I knew my grandma just wanted me to give it my all in every race I participated in, Connor wrote. Every meet, I gave everything I had and left everything on the track, and I knew that my grandma was proud of me when it was all done. I could just sense her in heaven cheering me on and being satisfied with all my hard work. Connor's hard work ethic, which he considers a valuable lesson he's learned from competing in activity participation, was initially influenced by his father. Connor admires his dad, who was a respected athlete and student at the University of Pennsylvania, for his support, motivation, and compassion. His dad's hard work ethic is one Connor hopes to emulate, especially in his post-high school plans. He hopes to attend a Division I program after high school, such as the University of Notre Dame, to study economics. The attitude part of the Scholar Attitude Award is what makes Grace Glewa stand out from her peers, thus earning her the title for Board of Directors Division D. Grace's excellent attitude is one she inherited from her grandmother, who she refers to as Nana. Despite recently undergoing brain surgery, Nana has remained positive and optimistic, which has rubbed off on Grace and provided her with inspiration. Grace has previously been awarded for her admirable attitude, winning the Mustang Award in her 7th grade year for her excellent attitude, academic success, and leadership skills. Grace is most proud of that accomplishment because only a select few are chosen as recipients, and because she hopes to use it as motivation to grow in the recognized categories. Similarly, Grace would love to change the attitudes of people in the world. She feels people are too often judged based upon race, gender, and social status, and she believes that attitudes should change. Grace writes, "Everyone on this planet is the same when it comes down to our skeletons. It's just a matter of realizing this on the outside, and then our world will be more peaceful. We are all equal no matter what." Grace hopes to use her gifts and tendencies to have a good attitude to study psychology or education in college, She would love to continue her athletic career at either Arizona State or Notre Dame.
With Connor today are his parents, Ed and Linda Reed, and the athletic director at Clarendon Hills Notre Dame, Mr. Brad Schmidt. Connor, you and your teammates ran in the IESA State Cross Country meet back in October. Your team placed 4th overall, and you placed 100th individually. And both of those accomplishments are terrific. And yet, this is exactly what I love about this award that you have received. It isn't just for the student who always gets first place or whose team always gets first place. It's an award based on participation, grades, the written application, and your community involvement. And you've excelled in all of those areas. And like you mentioned in your application, you get much of that excellence from your dad, who is the person you listed as the person you most admire. You very eloquently expressed your feelings, and it's obvious that he has had a terrific influence on your life. You will get a chance to be an influence in somebody's life someday. I hope that you will follow your dad's lead and be that role model. I wish you the very best in all of your endeavors. I'm confident that you will be successful in all that you do. Congratulations on receiving this award. And with Grace today are her parents, Andy and Mary Gliwa, and the principal at Homer Glen Homer, Mr. Troy Mitchell. Grace, like Jaron, you too want to attend Arizona State University and study psychology. And you've been such an excellent student and leader while you're attending Homer Junior High. You developed excellent leadership skills. You've attained the coveted Mustang Award, and you've participated in cross country and track. And as a former distance runner, I always feel a special bond with those students who are in cross country. You have to be extremely dedicated to that sport and have to be willing to endure some pain. And the result is what I truly believe builds character. Cross country training is tough, and so is life. And when you face a challenge in the future, I hope your cross country training will help you persevere. I know it has helped me several times in the challenges that I have faced. And I wish you all the very best in your future endeavors, and I congratulate you on winning this award. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Divisions C and D, here are Connor Reed and Grace Gliwa. Presenting Connor his award is our board member from Division C, Mr. Brian Zwimke, who is the principal at Sugar Grove Kaneland Harder Middle School. And then if Connor, if you'd move over slightly and we'll take your individual photo. And presenting Grace her award is our board member from Division D, Mrs. Paula Cerilius, who is the principal at Joliet Laraway.
After a 2-point loss in a season-ending game, knocking the Prairie Central girls basketball team out of the state finals, Janessa Knapp recalls the somber feeling in the locker room after the buzzer. Instead of sulking, Janessa transcribed, "None of us give up until the buzzer sounds," on the dry erase board. She urged each of her teammates to write down a reason they were proud of their team, which the girls did one by one. Janessa recalls tears welling up in her coach's eyes and the feeling of discovering the true meaning of what it means to be a team. Janessa's compassion and leadership, mixed with strong academic and activity participation, has led her to win the 2014 Scholar Attitude Award for Board of Directors Division E. She hopes to use her experiences and lessons from interscholastic activities, particularly basketball and speech, in the future to help people in need. Janessa is passionate about children and orphans, noting hunger, disease, abuse, lack of shelter, clean water, and education are obstacles that stand in the way of orphans' survival throughout the world. There are solutions to all of these hardships, and I want to make a difference. After high school, Janessa would like to make that difference and also study sign language to become a teacher for young children and those with disabilities. Losing a close friend to cancer in 2010 has helped Taylor Larson realize a positive attitude and a big smile make all the difference. Lexi, Taylor's friend and former teammate, lost her battle with Wilms tumor, a form of kidney cancer that typically occurs in children. It happened several years ago. But Lexi has continued to inspire Taylor to be strong and always fight through the difficult times. Taylor's basketball teammates, coaches, and friends were instrumental in dealing with the loss of her friend because they were all in it together, as she remembers. To know I wasn't alone and how I felt made it a little easier to deal with. Our basketball team now wears Love for Lexi on our shooting shirts to honor my friend. Being involved in basketball has provided me a way to honor her every time I step on the court. Taylor has lived up to the Lexi Strong mentality, earning a perfect 4.0 GPA in 7th and 8th grade while also competing in basketball, cross country, and track. All reasons why she is the Scholar Attitude Award winner for Board of Directors Division F. Because of her experiences, Taylor hopes the world will someday be cancer-free. In the meantime, she would like to earn a degree from the University of Illinois to become a child psychologist. Taylor loves children and wants to help kids work through their personal issues.
With Janessa today are her parents and also the principal of Forest Prairie Central, Mrs. Tanya Deacon. Janessa, in your application, you mentioned that when you were in 2nd grade, you stepped out of your comfort zone and performed your first music solo. And although you were nervous, you had the courage to take on this challenge as a 2nd grader. I hope that what you learned from that experience will stay with you throughout life. It is so easy to stay in one's comfort zone and not try new things. Yet so much is accomplished and we grow as individuals when we try something new. Maybe we are successful and maybe we are not. The fact that you tried and that we are willing to push the limits, so to speak, can bring so much reward. Your sister certainly stepped out of her comfort zone when she moved to Arizona to become an optometrist. And you'll have the opportunity to make an impact like she has done as you continue to do the things that have made you successful thus far. I urge you to continue to challenge yourself in high school and beyond. Congratulations on your award today. And with Taylor today are her parents, Bill and Carol Larson, and the principal, Mrs. Brooke Geltmaker. Taylor, your desire to become a child psychologist will require you to be very dedicated to your studies and to be very disciplined. As you stated in your application, participating in interscholastic activities has taught you to do your best, to be competitive, to work hard, and to be a team player. All of those attributes will be very necessary to be a successful child psychologist. You've learned a very real lesson about life with the death of your friend Lexi. And that lesson is that life is oftentimes difficult. But the fact remains that how we react to those situations that are very difficult or that we have very little control over usually determine whether we are successful or whether we fail. Becoming a doctor is going to be a real challenge. Use those attributes you have learned from sports to be the best child psychologist you can be. Congratulations on all you've accomplished so far. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Divisions E and F, please welcome Janessa Knapp and Taylor Larson. Presenting Janessa her award is our board member from Division E, Ms. Deb Derby, who is the principal at Streeter Woodland. Before I introduce Taylor, I wanted to just make one little correction here. I introduced Janessa's mom. I should have introduced her mom as Gwen Knapp, and her basketball coach, Dave Buchanan, is with her. So again, thanks for being here. And presenting our award to Taylor will be our board member from Division F, Mr. Tony Frost, who is the principal at Elmwood Grade School.
Gabby Wessels is not only passionate about competing in girls basketball, volleyball, track and field, and speech, but she is also passionate about the sports industry, the field in which she hopes to work someday. As a Scholar Attitude Award winner for Board of Directors Division G, Gabby has earned a perfect 4.0 GPA in both her 7th and 8th grade years, which will likely propel her to a bright future. After high school, she hopes to study sports management or physical therapy so she can follow her passions. She also aspires to compete at the collegiate level in either basketball or volleyball. Gabby cares deeply about women's athletics, especially at the collegiate and professional levels. She would love to make women's athletics more important to the public, and she hopes one day women can be treated equally in the sporting world and be respected by male athletes. Of her many accomplishments in and out of Crescent City Grade School, Gabby is most proud of her 7th grade appearance at the 2013 Track and Field State Finals. While in East Peoria, she finished 2nd in the discus and 4th in the 400-meter dash. In the discus, Gabby earned a new personal best and increased her throw by nearly 10 feet as she transitioned from a power throw to a spin move. Besides the silver medal she earned in the discus, Gabby also enjoyed her fun and friendly relationship with her fellow competitors, where she noted exemplary sportsmanship was shown. Interscholastic activity participation and personal experiences has taught Alyssa Ely that if you have a positive attitude when faced with a challenge, you can manage and overcome all obstacles. At just 13 years old, Alyssa was diagnosed with a genetic syndrome known as Turner syndrome. However, she doesn't let the numerous doctor visits and daily injections stop her from living life to its fullest. Alyssa somehow balances sports, music, and academics, in addition to being service-minded in her Bloomington Normal community. Despite her athletic, musical, and scholarly achievements, Alyssa is most proud of organizing a bake sale with her friends. As a result of her efforts, they were able to raise $900 for a local family's medical expenses regarding their child diagnosed with CHARGE syndrome. Alyssa is also proud of the efforts her school takes in fighting homelessness in her community, where she also enjoys serving in the St. Mary's Soup Kitchen. Alyssa's persistence and excellence have led her to win the 2014 Scholar Attitude Award for Board of Directors Division H. After high school, Alyssa would like to pursue opportunities that utilize her artistic and creative talents, such as architecture and design or culinary arts.
With Gabby today are her parents, Lyndon and Michelle Wessels, and the superintendent of Crescent City, Mr. James Mann. Gabby, your participation in school activities and your excellence in the classroom is exactly why we have this award. You simply have been involved in so many school activities: basketball, volleyball, track, scholastic bowl, student council, speech, and band. You have been involved in the 4-H and your church, and somehow, throughout all of this, you still find time to maintain a perfect 4.0 grade point average. It's very easy to understand why our judges selected you as the winner from your division. You mentioned in your application that you would like to eventually work in the sports management or physical therapy field. Being involved in so many activities will certainly give you a greater understanding in a sports management field, and you will definitely be able to relate to any therapy you would need to give to an athlete. As you move on to high school next year, I hope you will continue to be involved in all activities. Don't specialize in just one sport. I can assure you, you will have a much better high school experience. Congratulations on winning this award. And with Alyssa today are her parents, Charles and Kathleen Ely, and the music teacher at St. Mary's School, Mrs. Nina Sage. Alyssa, if there is any student that personifies the adage that a positive attitude can overcome the obstacles that life presents, it would definitely be you. As was mentioned in the video, you have a genetic syndrome that has affected some of your life. What wasn't mentioned is that you have to take a daily injection to help you deal with the effects of the syndrome. What you have to do on a daily basis and still be able to participate and be so positive is admirable and outstanding. I am so pleased that the person you most admire, your band and choir teacher, is with you today. Mrs. Sage has faced obstacles of her own, and yet every day she comes to school and inspires her students to do their very best. You will do that too as you go on into your chosen profession, whether that is the culinary arts or architectural design. You are going to be successful, and I am so proud that you have been chosen for this award. Congratulations, and best of luck in all that you do. Ladies and gentlemen, representing divisions G and H, let's meet Gabby Wessels and Alyssa Ely. Presenting Gabby her award will be our board member from Division G, Mr. Kenny Lee, who is the superintendent of the Watseka School District. And presenting Alyssa her award will be our board member from Division H, Mr. Tony Engel, who is the superintendent at East Peoria District number 86.
Participation in boys basketball, scholastic bowl, and track and field have taught Alex Kewen to trust his teammates, manage his time, be organized, and stay physically, mentally, and socially fit. Alex, the Scholar Attitude Award winner for Board of Directors Division I, has translated those lessons to a 4.0 GPA in 7th and 8th grade, in addition to stellar activity performances. In his first athletic state finals competition, Alex was part of the 4x200 meter relay and 4x400 meter relay teams that set Maroa Forsyth school records, a feat he claims as his proudest. The 4x200 team finished 11th in a time of 1 minute 46 seconds, while the 4x400 team took home the 8th place medal with a time of 4 minutes 1 second. He recalls, quote, "I was so proud to be representing my school in this big event. I was especially proud as my teammates and I participated and walked in the Parade of Champions amongst all of the best athletes in the state. It felt like a dream and was an experience I will never forget," unquote. In the future, Alex hopes to study accounting at the University of Illinois to become an auditor. Will Hall has continually shown others that despite his physical size, he has the ability to compete, participate, and win. As the youngest person in his class, Will is much smaller than his peers, causing others to believe he is not capable of doing well in athletics because of his size. However, Will tries to work twice as hard and have a positive attitude to gain the respect of his peers and competitors. "Now, my classmates cheer me on and believe in me," Will wrote. I know that I may continue to face this challenge in the future, but I feel that I am better prepared to deal with each new situation because of my participation in a variety of activities and the fact that I didn't allow others to get me down. Will, the winner of the 2014 Board of Directors Division J Scholar Attitude Award, has maintained a 4.0 GPA during his 7th and 8th grade years while also competing in boys basketball, choral competition, and cross country. In the future, Will would love to see all forms of bullying come to an end. He believes bullying occurs far too often in schools, and if it was ended, many of the emotional and physical issues that arise from bullying could be resolved. Will is also interested in pursuing a degree in the engineering field, which is inspired by his father's involvement at Western Illinois University's Engineering and Technology Department as a professor.
With Alex today are his parents, Mark and Leanne Kewen, and the principal of Maroa Forsyth, Mr. Bryce Stewart. Alex, you mentioned in your application that the person you most admire is your former band teacher, Mr. Jones. Unfortunately, at just 26 years of age, Mr. Jones was forced to retire because of a progressive eye problem that will soon render him blind. And yet, he continues to lead and be a role model because he wants to go back to school and study composing so he can continue to be involved with students. Here is just another example of someone who doesn't let a difficult aspect of life prevent them from continuing to excel and positively affect other people. So my charge to you is that when you encounter a difficult situation, whether it's in high school, college, or your chosen profession of accounting, I hope that you'll think back to Mr. Jones. His ability to deal with the curveball that life threw at him will be a reminder that you too can overcome difficult situations and succeed. Congratulations on receiving this award. And with Will today are his parents, Kevin and Kate Hall, and the principal of Macomb Junior High School, Mrs. Dana Isaacson. Will, if there was one thought that came to my mind as I read over your application, it was that this young man is going to be a leader. You have been involved in your school, winning citizenship awards, serving on the student council, being involved with your church, being involved with the Salvation Army. But what really stood out to me is how you totally understand the importance of working with others and getting along with others. Those are traits of successful leaders. Your dad, the person you listed as the person you most admire, leads by example. He volunteers his time, he teaches you various tasks, and is always willing to lend a helping hand. You've demonstrated many of those same characteristics throughout your life already. Continue on that path. You want to be an engineer? Be a leader in the field. Perhaps you can design something new and innovative. Wherever that path leads you, I have no doubt that you are going to be successful. I wish you the very best, and congratulations on all you have accomplished. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Divisions I and J, please extend your congratulations to Alex Kewen and Will Hall. Presenting Alex his award is our board member from Division I, Mr. Jerry Berkey, who's the president of the board of directors and the principal at Mount Zion Junior High School. And presenting Will his award is our board member from Division J, Dana Isaacson, who is the principal at Macomb Junior High School, the same school that Will attends.
Through her participation in volleyball and basketball, Erin Lenschow has learned the importance of working well with others, overcoming adversity, time management, and how to take constructive criticism. Erin, who has maintained a 4.0 GPA throughout junior high school, is the 2014 Scholar Attitude Award winner for Board of Directors Division K. In addition to athletics, Erin is heavily involved as a leader in extracurricular activities in school and in the community, such as peer mentor in Bulldog Buddies, Fellowship of Christian Athletes, huddles, and various clubs. Of her individual accomplishments in each of her interscholastic activities, Erin is most proud of her ability to successfully balance it all. She notes, "I am very proud of how I have been able to balance getting all of my schoolwork done while being in sports and being involved in other community service. It can be difficult trying to fit all of my activities into one day, which often requires that I have to prioritize when they conflict." Erin is unsure what she wants to study post-high school, but she is attracted to the math and science fields, which is sure to keep her just as busy as she is currently. Time management and good sportsmanship are two values Jessica Rose has learned throughout her 7th and 8th grade years while competing in girls basketball, track, scholastic bowl, and solo and ensemble contest at Villa Grove Grade School. "Through basketball and other sports, I have learned good sportsmanship," Jessica wrote. "I've also learned to be a team player and to respect my teammates and coaches. I most enjoy being part of a team that works together to support each other and be successful." One instance of team support that Jessica personally experienced is when her grandfather passed away during her 7th grade basketball season. While it was a difficult time, she valued the love, support, and encouragement her teammates and coaches showed her. While Jessica aspires to be a great teammate and an example to her peers, she realizes the importance of education, a view her mom stresses for Jessica and her sisters. Jessica has maintained a perfect 5.0 GPA the past 2 years, helping her win the 2014 Scholar Attitude Award for Board of Directors Division L. After high school, Jessica would like to study music with hopes of becoming a music teacher or music therapist. As someone who plays guitar, piano, clarinet, and sings, she wants to share her love of music with children.
With Erin today are her parents, Kurt and Sue Lenschow, and the assistant principal of Mahomet Senior Junior High School, Mr. Justin Franzen. Erin, you indicated on your application, and as it was mentioned in your video, that you are most proud of the fact that you've been able to balance all of your activities, your academic success, and your community involvement. You not only have balanced all of those things, but you've achieved something as an 8th grader that many people never achieve in their entire life. And that something is balance. Not balance in the sense of juggling this activity so you can go do that activity so you can get that activity done. No, you've achieved balance in a greater sense. Balance in terms of understanding what is truly important in life, not judging someone by what they look like or what they wear or their religion, to accept another person's opinion if it differs from yours. That type of balance allows one to be successful because you will tend to see the big picture and not the small things that so often are so inconsequential. You have success written all over you, and I hope that your participation in IESA athletics has helped you find the balance that you have. My sincere best wishes to you, and congratulations on winning this award. And with Jessica today are her parents, Richard and Amy Rose. Jessica, you indicated in the student questionnaire that if you could change one thing in the world, you would want to end world hunger. You said with all the food and technology and resources that we have in this world, people should be able to find a way to get food to everyone who needs it. You have given us a wonderful reminder that if we want to change something, people must get involved. Most of the time, change comes about because someone like you has an idea, usually something small at first, and then they take that idea and they spread it until it takes hold. Mothers Against Drunk Driving, or MAD, as we know it, started because of a mom who lost her daughter in a drunk driving accident. One mother's personal crusade has led to countless lives saved. And you too can have this impact to end world hunger, but it won't come easy. I encourage you to live your dream. Work toward your goals. Wouldn't it be something if Jessica Rose is known one day as the person who ended world hunger? Congratulations on receiving this award. Ladies and gentlemen, representing Divisions K and L, let's congratulate Aaron Linshaw and Jessica Rose. Presenting Aaron her award is our board member from Division K, Mr. Chris Graham, who is the principal of St. Joseph Middle School. And presenting Jessica her award will be Mr. Berkey once again, as Mrs. Danette Young, the principal from Parish Crestwood, could not be with us due to a previous commitment.
The power of teamwork has had a strong effect on Katie Eck, the Board of Directors Division M Scholar Attitude Award winner, throughout her participation in cross-country, basketball, volleyball, and golf during her junior high career. Katie has learned that while she depends on her teammates, they also depend on her, so she tries to give 100% at all times. One instance Katie and her team gave it their all and saw it pay off was at the IESA State Cross Country Finals. The Blessed Sacrament Cross Country team won the state championship, her proudest moment thus far. She recalls, "We all worked so hard, and the support that I received and gave during our season is something I truly will not forget. It was one of the most significant and fun things I have accomplished so far." Katie is also thankful for her teammates when she was dealing with the loss of a close family friend. Whenever she seemed down, her teammates made sure to cheer her up and make her laugh, for which she is very thankful. After high school, Katie hopes to attend her dream school, Notre Dame, to study something within science. She's drawn to the medical field because she would like to help those who are suffering from illnesses. Katie Beanstrand, the Board of Directors Division and Scholar Attitude Award winner, believes when working together as one team, one family, one unit, anything is possible. She had the pleasure of seeing that belief come to fruition when the Nuttall Middle School volleyball team made school history, went undefeated in its regular season, and qualified for the state finals during Katie's 7th grade year. "I am proud of my team, and I am proud of myself for all of us working together as a true team." Katie wrote, "It just goes to show that hard work does pay off, just like my father has taught me. Working hard and working hard with others will carry me through high school, college, and beyond." However, the road to the state finals was not easy for Katie. At the beginning of the season, she played very little and often sat on the bench. However, Katie was not content with just playing occasionally. She wanted to become the starting setter, so she learned as much as she could from the bench and worked hard at perfecting her skills. 2 weeks in, Katie was awarded the starting position. More importantly, the path to becoming a starter provided a learning experience she will never forget. Katie, who competes in volleyball, cheerleading, and track, has earned a 4.0 GPA throughout junior high school. In the future, she hopes to use the lessons from those activities and academic success to study medicine and eventually become a doctor.
With Katie today are her parents, John Jr. and Lynn Eck, and the principal of Blessed Sacrament, Mrs. Kathy Ware. Katie, you placed 20th in our golf state finals this past fall, and I'm really glad to see that you play golf and that you enjoy golf. Golf is such a difficult sport in which success is rarely achieved. Even the top pros are good one week and not so good the next week. It can be a very frustrating game to play. And yet, the game itself teaches us so much. How many times have we witnessed a professional player who has called a penalty on himself or herself because they noticed their ball moved when no one else did? That's the beauty of golf. It teaches patience, something you will need if you want to have that career in a medical field. It teaches dedication, because you only get better at the game by countless hours of practice. Something you're going to need if you get involved in a medical field. It teaches ethics and honesty, something you will need if you get involved in the medical field. Golf mirrors life in many ways, and I hope that you will continue to play as often as you can. And when you do play, don't forget to always take 2 pairs of pants to the course with you, just in case you get a hole in one. I wish you the very best in all of your future endeavors. Congratulations on your award. And with Katie today are her parents, Tyler and Christy Veenstra, and the assistant principal, soon to be principal at Robinson et al., Mr. Craig Beals. Katie, when you were not a starter for your volleyball team, you learned a very valuable lesson. And that lesson is one that so many kids today do not seem to understand. It really is a pretty simple lesson. If you want to get better at something, you have to be dedicated and you have to practice. You don't get better by wishing or hoping or praying. You get better by doing the extra serves, or shooting more free throws, or run a little bit more, or something along those lines. And that's exactly what you did. While softball and cheerleading came a little bit easier for you, a little more natural, volleyball didn't. And so you practiced, you watched what others were doing to be successful, so that when you had your opportunity, you would know exactly what you needed to do. You worked hard, you practiced extra, and you were finally rewarded for all of your efforts by earning that starting position. Sports can teach us so much, and your lesson here is that hard work and the extra effort always pays off in the end. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments. Ladies and gentlemen, representing divisions M and N, let's give a warm welcome to Katie Eck and Katie Veenstra. Presenting Katie her award will be our board member from Division M, Mr. Fred Lamke, who is the principal at Riverton Middle School. And presenting Katie her award will be our board member from Division N, Mr. Pat Drace, who is the principal at Two Topless Junior High School.
Although Brady Kinder participates in basketball, baseball, and track for Staunton Junior High School. He was not always an athlete for the Terriers. Brady spent his kindergarten through 6th grade years at a small parochial school with a class size of 10 before moving to the public school before his 7th grade year. While he felt a bit overwhelmed in the new and larger environment, athletics helped Brady with the transition. Meeting new kids from his own town and those from other towns are among Brady's favorite benefit from competing in sports, especially in track, when there is time to get to know competitors between events. Speaking of track, Brady had the opportunity to participate in the 2013 IESA state track meet, with his 4x400 relay team advancing to the finals. Brady described that experience the best. In his words, "It," meaning advancing to the state track meet, "was something that I really had to work at and train for that paid off. My team may not have won first place, but I am very proud of the fact that we made it that far." Besides athletics, Brady is passionate about science. He believes cancer is the worst 6-letter word in our vocabulary, and because of that, he hopes someday there's a cure. Having recently lost a cousin to lung cancer, he does not want to see any more people affected by the horrible disease. After high school, Brady hopes to use those beliefs and inspirations to study nursing and healthcare at SIU Edwardsville.
With Brady today are his parents, Rick and Jamie Kinder, and Mrs. Brooke Weimers, the principal at Staunton Junior High School. Brady, your favorite athlete, Steph Curry, is a testament as to the success that can be achieved with hard work and dedication. He went from a relatively unknown college basketball player at Davidson to setting the NBA record for three-pointers made in the regular season. You and your relay teammates worked very hard to advance to the state track meet last year. Should you decide to enter the healthcare field, that dedication and hard work ethic will come in handy. Don't ever forget the value of working hard and always doing your best. Congratulations on all of your accomplishments, and good luck in all that you do. Ladies and gentlemen, please meet Brady Kinder. In presenting Brady his award is our board member from Division O, Dr. Steve Stewart, who is the principal at Edwardsville Lincoln.